Hello and welcome back to our channel, or welcome if you haven't been here before. My name's Charlie, I'm one half of JK and Charlie. JK is my husband. I'm going to do a 35-week pregnancy update. I'm 35 weeks tomorrow, but before I do that I'm going to tell you about an amazing competition on Channel Mum that's running for the next 2 weeks with incredible prizes. But before I do that, I just want to put a disclaimer in because I know someone will mention it. I'm basically in my baby girl who hasn't been born yet in her nursery. It looks a bit bland because all the fun stuff is higher up on the wall, and my husband said stand up to do the video, and I was like no, I need to sit down. But I put this bunting here, one to look nice and two because I haven't found a home for it yet. I will not be leaving bunting there. I know someone will say you can't have things like that round a cot. I wouldn't do that, blah blah blah. So that is my disclaimer. So if you don't know already, Jay and I are part of Channel Mum. Now Channel Mum is, I think it's like the world's biggest online video community for mums. Now it's amazing. It's an incredible place where you as a parent can come and watch video after video on literally every single topic to do with parenting, right from conception or preconception through to like having difficult teenagers. There is something for everybody, and it's all made by real mums and real parents like us. Something for me that's really helpful on Channel Mum at the moment, they've got week by week pregnancy update videos. So say you're 35 weeks pregnant like me, you just type in 35 weeks pregnant and a video will come up telling you all about how other mums have found 35 weeks, for example. We've also got a series of baby updates, so you can follow what is happening with your baby from birth right through to the first year. I'm actually in those videos. That's not why I'm plugging them. But they literally have something for everybody, every style of parenting. There is no judgment as well, which you may be finding as a parent. There's lots of like judgment online about what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and it all can get a bit nasty. Channel Mum is just a lovely community. We've also got like a closed Facebook group, so if you're worried about something you can go in there and talk about your feelings. There's just so much that you can digest and connect with, and maybe meet some online mum friends as well. So but also Channel Mum have had a competition running throughout August, and a new one starts every Monday, so starting today. There is a chance for you to win, this is amazing, a £50 Primark voucher, a £50 Lush voucher and a £50 Boots voucher. So basically you can pamper yourself, because all mums deserve to be pampered, even if you're not a mum. It doesn't matter if you're a grandma or just someone who enjoys watching these videos. So to enter, what you have to do is go and subscribe to Channel Mum here on YouTube. I'll leave the link below. Excuse me, I'm so out of breath, I'm so pregnant. And also just fill out a quick form on channelmum.com. I'll leave the link below to that as well. So loads of luck. You have to be in it to win it, and I'm very jealous. I would love to enter. So let's crack on with my 35-week pregnancy update. As you can hear, I'm very out of breath. That is one of the symptoms that I seem to have had since day one with this pregnancy. I've just always been out of breath. I have a large bump, maybe that's the first thing I should talk about. So I had my 34-week appointment last week and I was measuring 36 weeks. I have been consistently measuring 2 weeks ahead, which she says is fine. With my son I measure 2 weeks behind, so you're never going to be perfect, but I do have a big bump. She's feeling very heavy. I'm feeling very tired now. The tiredness has come back, but it's like a different type of tired. It's more kind of, I'm tired because I'm lugging around this extra weight. Something that's causing is pelvic girdle pain, or SPD. You may have heard of it. Pelvic girdle pain, often written on your notes as PGP. SPD, I can't remember what it stands for. I'll look it up and put it on the screen. I saw my midwife and I said some nights I'm literally waking up and crying like 5 times a night, because I mean my pelvis, my thighs, my legs, all round the bump area is absolute agony. So she has ordered me a support girdle. I put this on Instagram and loads of women said they had one and that it really helped. So I've got like a prescription and I need to go and pick it up from my local hospital. So I'm not sure it's going to be that comfortable because we're in the summer and you get a bit hot, but anything is worth a go for these last few weeks, because I am feeling it now. Like, I'm feeling it. Yes, as a result, sleep is pretty hit and miss. I've got heartburn, I'm up in the night, normally about 4 times for a wee. Something else that I'm getting that I didn't have first time round, and the midwife again said it tends to happen later, you know, with subsequent pregnancies, is fanny daggers. I'm not going to hold back. I like the term. Shooting pains into your cervix and through your vagina. I only had them with Noah when I was like a day before he was born, where everything was obviously kind of starting. This time, oh my goodness, I've been getting them from about 28 weeks, I think, but now they are full on. My 5-minute walk to the doctor's the other day took me about 15 minutes because I had to keep stopping because the daggers were so strong. Apparently it's really normal, everything's been stretched before, heads down, all the nerve endings. Ugh, there's just nothing nice you can say about them. I mentioned BRAXTON HICKS in my last video. If you don't know what they are, they're like practice contractions. Last time I got them sort of the latter end of pregnancy. This time I've had them since 16 weeks and they're getting stronger by the week. They're not real contractions, they're literally your uterus practicing. They're not supposed to be painful, but now mine are getting so strong and my whole stomach kind of goes into like this sort of square. That they're not painful, but they are uncomfortable, and sometimes in the evening especially, I don't know if it's because I'm tired, I'm just getting one after another and it just feels quite exhausting. I find the things that help are standing up and changing position, or actually bouncing on the like the Pilates ball. We don't tend to get them there. It tends to be when you're sitting in a chair like this or on a sofa, but whew, they take your breath away. I'm very lucky, she's a very active baby. She's been in the same position for quite a few weeks now, so she's head down. I can feel her spine and her feet are up in my rib cage somewhere. It's important to know your baby's sort of routines and patterns of movement. She pretty much moves all day. She does sleep as well. She's particularly active at night, so I know to kind of look out for, you know, come about 9:30, 10, she really wakes up and my stomach is just all over the place. But it's really nice, and I know I've only got probably 5 more weeks and then I'm having no more babies, so this will be the last time I feel a baby inside me. So I'm trying to kind of cherish every kick and punch, but sometimes I think she's going to be a strong one, this girl. So in terms of other sort of more practical things, I've got one more growth scan, which I think is next week. Ironically, I was being given growth scans because our first son was so small. He was full term, but he was only 5 pounds 4, so they like to monitor your next baby. Apparently this baby is not small at all, but in this area they do a 36-week scan anyway, which I think is amazing. So I've got my 36-week scan next week. After that, I see the midwife and we make some final decisions about the birth. I really want a home birth. I've really got my heart set on a water birth at home. I've been doing all the planning and fingers crossed at the moment, everything. She is really healthy, as long as she's not too big. But I don't think she will be. The midwife did say if they're sort of coming up on the 90th centile, they worry a bit that their shoulders might get stuck, but I think she was more around the 50th centile. So fingers crossed we are on track for a home birth. On that subject, I have written a birth plan. My doula gave me like an outline. So I've written a birth plan for a home birth and then for a possible hospital transfer. So I think I've kind of covered off both areas. I might do a separate video on birth plans. After my last birth, I was a bit like, what's the point in having one? Because nothing went the way I wanted to. But I do think it's a good way to prepare your mind for what you would like and just get yourself in a good mental place, even if it doesn't work out that way. What else have I done? Well, this nursery is nearly done. As I said, you can only see some really bland bits at the moment. One, I'm trying to keep it under wraps until it's finished, and 2, I'm just sitting in the wrong place. But I've got a pink, grey and kind of white and cream theme, and I'm looking around and at the moment there's like bags and boxes, but it is coming together. I think we pretty much have everything for the baby. I've been quite organised, I'm quite impressed with myself. I'm in major nesting mode. I've got one more bag, I'm just looking, it's behind the camera, one more bag of washing to do. And then I don't think I need to buy anything else. I've got nappies, I've got wipes. But I saw my NCT friends yesterday for an afternoon tea and they said, have you got your bag packed yet? And I was like, no. And they were like, yeah, you should pack a bag. So even though I'm planning on a home birth, you have to have a bag packed because you don't know what's going to happen. And even if you do end up staying at home, at least you've got everything in a bag, like all the stuff you need, rather than up and downstairs and trying to find everything. So I think that's everything. I was going to tell you, so I've got it on my phone. At 35 weeks, baby is 18 inches long. That's big, and about 5¼ pounds. Well, apparently she was almost 5 pounds at 32 weeks. So she might be a bit bigger than that, but I guess it's just an average. I will show you my bump now because I know everyone likes to see a bump shot. I'm just going to show you in my dress this time. So yeah, this is the 35-week bump, measuring about 2 centimetres ahead, about 2 weeks ahead. But it's kind of, yeah, I do love it. I do love it. It's, yeah, how can you not love a bump, really? They're quite special, aren't they? So I think that is it for my 35-week update. I'm going to try and do more regular videos towards the end. I will do, if I get the go-ahead for my home birth, I'll do a whole video on preparing for that. I'm going to do a video on what bags I'm packing. I'm going to do a nursery tour, a few other things maybe that I've thought of. But if you've got any videos you'd like me to make, do leave a comment in the section below. And don't forget to go and enter the Channel Mum competition, because someone's got to win it, those 3 amazing vouchers. Good luck, thank you for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.